What's going on, guys? My name is Cheyenne, and I am going to be talking to my young men who stutter. And let's just jump right into it. So, let's talk about me just a little bit so you can see if I am even somebody that you want to pay attention to. My name is Cheyenne, and I have stuttered for my entire life. Ever since I started speaking as a kid, I stuttered. It was really bad, and I could barely speak for the first about 20 years of my life. And then I just stopped speaking as a whole. I just went into hiding, is what I call it, and I just gave up on my life. And I knew that wasn't the end for me, so I always had it in the back of my head that everything was gonna be okay for me. So but it was a rough 4 or 5 years or so that I was just in almost like a total like a hiding, anxiety, like all the above. And then what else? You know, I had a little bit of a rough childhood. I had fantastic parents, beautiful parents, probably the best in the world. But it wasn't their fault. It was just, I was never a bad person. I was just always around a lot of people who did not have my best interest in mind, and they were into things that weren't very healthy, and they were very bad. Like, just you already know the list. So it's not that like I was a bad person, but they stuck me around, or I just happened to be around some people who weren't the best influence in my life starting at a really young age, and I didn't have any idea. I just thought this is what life is about. So the next thing I want to speak about is I would like to talk about the two types of stutterers that I have experienced. The first type of stutter is somebody whose stutter kind of stays the same. It doesn't really matter if they are speaking in a what is called high stakes speaking environment. So speaking on a stage, speaking to your parents, or speaking to a cop would be considered a high stakes, and it changes for everyone. I'm just speaking from my personal experience in this entire video. I am not a speech therapist. I am simply a man who has stuttered for my entire life. I run a landscaping business now. I'm a small business owner. I'm not like some multi-bazillionaire. I just make enough to provide for my wife and my 4 kids, to thank you, God, for the blessings. And I am married for over 10 years, and yeah, I'm just a regular dude. That's all I am. So let's talk about what I want to talk about in today's video. Now, one more thing that I want to let you know is that I am making this video with the intention of working on my speaking live in camera, one take. So for me, I'm really speaking to me in all these videos, and for me to feel like it is the real thing, for me to pressure test my speaking skills, one fantastic option is the camera, and you push the record button, and all of a sudden you get all of these emotions, and that's really good because that's what we're trying to work through and say, okay, I'm standing here in a room, there is nobody here. I'm speaking to a square that like has a screen, and I push the button. There's still nobody here. I'm just pushing a button, and I have an exorbitant amount of anxiety just coming over me, and scared, and just that feeling when you're about to have a presentation, but there's nobody here. So why am I having a huge reaction to speaking to a square box? And that is the question that I ask myself almost every single day. So to summarize, I am making these videos to help work on my speaking. Now, at the same time, I know there is so many young men out there who are in, or who are maybe a couple steps right before the spot I'm in, because like I am not an incredible speaker by any means. Like, I started a little over 1 year ago. It's about to be about 1 year since I started really trying and very intentionally and just with passion, really, I don't like to use this, but to work on my speaking, or to practice my speaking, because we have these stars, these speakers, the podcasters who are constantly speaking in front of the camera to practice, to improve their speaking. But the reality of it is they don't stutter. So what are they trying to improve? And then if you look at me internally, I'm almost scared to practice and improve. Like with the camera, it's almost like it's embarrassing. And I'm like, but these guys are stars. They speak for like a living, and they are practicing their speaking on camera, their hands, their eyes, their everything. They're just practicing. But I feel like don't have the capability to practice, or why am I not practicing? And that comes to my point of the second type of person who stutters, and that is me. This person has fluency for varied periods of time. So for me, it was like a sliver. Like I was, like out, like, in the ocean, like just having a fantastic, time, and stars are all aligned, and I am like happy on life, and I'm just speaking for a couple minutes, and I'm like, dude, you just spoke like 3 minutes, you weren't really thinking about it, and sure, you might have had like a stutter or two, but dude, like, your speaking was like pretty daggum good, bro. And then I would like speak to my plants in my garden, because I like to garden. I'd be like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? I mean, and then like I do that a couple times, and I'm like, wait a second, Cheyenne, you speak in the ocean because there's nobody there, and there's screaming waves, and you can just speak, and there's no pressure. And sure, it's not like a perfect speech, but it's not like this, like, oh my God, I'm about to die, like stutter thing. And then you speak to your plants, and it's not like you're about to die stutter thing. So, Cheyenne, that tells me, technically speaking, it might be hard for you to accept this right now, Cheyenne, but technically speaking, I'm not telling you have to stop stuttering today, Cheyenne. I'm not telling you to improve, Cheyenne. I just want to let you know, Cheyenne, you have the evidence to prove there is nothing wrong with your vocal box. This little thing here that makes speech, Cheyenne, you have proved to yourself, inadvertently, maybe accidentally, but you cannot run from the truth anymore, Cheyenne. You don't really have a problem with your vocal box. The problem probably, I'm not sure, probably lies before the vocal box. Maybe the problem or the hiccup, the stuttering is not a problem with your speaking instrument, Cheyenne, because we have the evidence that you can speak pretty daggum good. So we just have to say, Cheyenne, we have proof. We can't lie to ourselves. Technically speaking, I love you, bro, but I know you stutter. It's okay. I just want to let you know, technically speaking, there is nothing wrong with your vocal box. So Cheyenne, if you do have periods of fluency, the next question is, it's just logical. How can you extend those periods of fluency to be a little longer each time? A little longer. A little longer. Now, how do you do that? Well, you have to study yourself, Cheyenne. So let's study what happens when you're not scared to speak and you're not really stuttering a lot and it's kind of like smooth and flowy. Let's study that and let's extrapolate it to your everyday life. And so I started to ask myself all these kinds of questions. I'm like, okay, hold on. You're stuttering right now. You're trying to order a pizza and you're totally stuck, dude. But I just want to let you know, you can do whatever you want to do. I just want to let you know, technically speaking, there's nothing wrong with your voice box. So I'm just letting you know, dude, you can do what you want to do. Stutter away. We're all good. I'm just being kind to you. I'm being very honest with you. You have the evidence, speaking in the ocean, speaking to kids, speaking to your dog, speaking to your plants, you're not really stuttering. So I'm just letting you know. And so I am constantly doing that all day long. I'm like, hey, dude, it's your choice that you want to stay stuck now. There's another path that you can choose. You have proven to yourself there is another path. Now it's just your choice, Cheyenne, which path you want to take. And I know that, it sounds so easy, just like walk this path. But I have already told you that I started this 1 year ago. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over time when we practice with sincerity and be very brutally honest with ourselves. So, what do I want to talk about in this video for my young men who stutter? I want to talk about stopping the pattern of stuckness. So I am simply speaking from my personal experience as a person who has stuttered for over 30 years. I am not a speech therapist. I am a landscaper. I love my plants, but I have stuttered for a long time. I had a very interesting, rough, kind of like amazing style of a childhood. So I am happy for all that, but I know there's a lot of us out there with a lot of baggage that may help to stir, to agitate the stutter. So I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from. A lot of baggage, stuttering for 30 years, and still working on myself. It's never gonna end, all right? It's just never gonna end. We're gonna practice forever. We've already decided that, and here we are practicing. So, how to stop the circle of stuckness. This is how it goes. So you start up here at the top of the circle, and you have an event that's coming up. It's a speaking event. I'm speaking from personal experience. And you're like, oh shit, in 2 weeks I have to speak in front of this, or I have to speak to a customer, or I have to speak on stage, or I have to speak in front of my classroom, or I have to speak to my parents, or I have a problem, or I have this. And it's in your head. And then comes the buildup. And you're stressing. I'm stressing over it. I'm stressing over it. I'm stressing over it. I start stuttering more. I'm still stuttering. I'm like everywhere I look, I'm in like a panic state. I'm like, oh God, this is just, I don't want to be here. Like, let's be honest. I don't want to be here anymore. And then our event comes and there's so much buildup. Oh, there's so much buildup. And it's just like hormones are just flooding, dude. Like you're just like, just to the peak. Like you feel like you're being chased by a freaking lion. Screw that, a pack of lions. But there's nobody there. It's just, there's nobody there. So it's all made up. But it feels so real, so it's not made up. Because it's real to you. To me, it's real. I feel like I am being attacked. But there's nobody there. But it's not real, but it feels real, so it is real because the hormones are pumping. My palms are sweaty. I can't sleep. I'm scared of everyone. It's real, dude. It's real. It's not fake. It's real, but there's nobody there. So that keeps happening until the event comes. And what's going to happen? You're scared. I'm going to stutter. Okay, I suck. Then comes the event, and then I bomb it. Oh, you knew you were going to bomb it. Yeah, of course. Oh, you're a stutterer. You suck. You're never going to make it. And then comes the speaking event, and then I bomb it because that's all I know. I just know how to bomb everything. So I'm like, I'm going to bomb this. Let's bomb it. Let's get it over with. Let's bomb it. So I bomb it. And man, when you come home after that event, you feel a tired you've never felt in your life, bro. You're just laying in your bed and you're like, and I swear, man, I sleep for 2 days, bro. Like a day and a half. I'm just in bed. I'm just like, I can't even get out of bed, dude. I am gassed, bro. I'm gassed. Like I went to war, like in my head, and I lost the battle, and I died, and I'm trying to come back to life, and I'm like, whew. And then for that entire 2 weeks, 2 months, however long it is, I'm replaying the same event over and over and over again. You stutter. You can't speak. You're not going to make it. You suck. Look at you. Boom, 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 boom. For 30 years. And I'm like, dude, how am I going to even like get a job? Like get a family, bro. Like I can't even walk to the store and order a pizza, bro. Like this, I'm done, dude. For 30 years. And then I was like, just got so tired. And then I said, a lot of stuff, but I started to study myself. There was no cure, there was no pill, there was no speakeasy. I tried all that stuff. And I was like, what are you doing? Oh, you mean I can improve myself? I don't know, dude. Let's think about it. Okay. So then I'm in the woods, like with a notebook, just spewing my eyes out. I'm just writing down everything that's just in my mind. Pages and pages and pages. Pages. And then I get back home and I'm like, all right, that was rough, bro. Like I went into like the zone of like hell, bro. Like my past, I don't even want to think about it, bro. But I had to. And I went in there. I said, what's in there? What is it? What is in there? And what did I come up with? And to be fair, I learned this from two other people too. So technically speaking, they popped the idea in my head, and then I was like, you know what? He stuttered like I did. And I believe him. And he speaks pretty good now. It might not be perfect, but he's not really stressing out over it. Maybe I should listen to this guy. And what did he tell me? Or it was actually in a book, so it wasn't speaking person to person. But like I read the book and it said, there is nothing wrong with your voice box because you have periods of fluency. And it might have not been exactly like that, but, and I went over to my notes, I was like, when I'm in the ocean, I'm not scared and I do not care about speaking, I just speak. I'm like, wait, you're telling me when I'm in the ocean, sure, I'm stuttering, but I'm not in a panic state and like things are pretty chill for 5 minutes? Huh. So technically speaking, Cheyenne, there is nothing wrong with my voice box. Okay. I cannot wrap that around my head right now. But for me, to be honest with myself, I have to agree with that. Because I've had plenty of times, like, for example, if I'm playing a sport and I'm like really into it and I have to win the game and I'm like sweating and I'm like hyped up, I'm not going to be stuttering, bro. I'm going to win the game, bro. I'm going all in. I'm screaming. I'm doing whatever I have to do to win the game. And I'm like, all right, so you've got it in you. Like, you have the ability to cultivate to some kind of a voice because you have proven to yourself that you do have periods of not perfect speaking, but we don't even want to call it fluency. I want to call it a period where I'm not entirely stressed out about speaking because I really don't care about fluency. I care about having a peaceful state of mind. I am sick and tired of anxiety and ADD. I don't care, dude. I am over it. I don't really want it anymore. So how can I cultivate my mind? Me. Not the pill, not the speakeasy, not the course, not the podcast, not the YouTube video. Me in my room. I don't have anything in here. It's just me and just me. That's it. I don't... Internal. What am I doing when I have the periods of the fluency? How am I feeling? When I have the periods of the fluency? How am I consuming food? How am I consuming the media? Is it helping me? Is it providing me with a calmer mind or a more stressed mind? I haven't even spoken about speaking yet. I'm really spending a lot of my energy on my mindset because I'm starting to understand that if I can stay in the ocean for the entire day, I don't care about stuttering. I just want to get my point across. I want some people to like me, like I want to be like approachable. That's what I care about. And stuttering, the matter of the fact is, there is more people stuttering every single day right now because everyone is being consumed of being scared, and they're consumed by the fear. So stuttering is on the rise right now. It doesn't make any sense, but it is. It's on the rise. So it's, how can I stay in the ocean for the entire day, the ocean in my mind, so that, like I don't really care about much of anything in life. I'm just chilling in the middle of the ocean. How can I stay there for a little bit longer every day? And let's do a recap of this video. It was a little bit of a rambler, but so how to stop the stuttering, what did I call it? The stuttering, like stuckness. So you have the starting is up here, and then over here is a speaking event, and then you got your stress, and you're going into the event, and then it happens, and then you got this huge just roller coaster ride all the way to the pits of, just all the way, like low of the like bottom of the planet, like low to the low of the low. How can we stop it? Like, for example, if it's like a spinning, like a tire, how can we put a stick in the tire and say, oh, okay, chill. And the stick to put in the tire, and you're gonna have to put this stick in every day, and just very kindly to yourself, very gentle and very kind, dude. Hey, Cheyenne, I love you, bro. I know you're having a hard time right now. I understand that. You've had a lot of hard experiences, and you are a very strong and amazing man. Cheyenne, you don't have to stop stuttering right now. You can stutter forever. It's perfectly okay, Cheyenne. I want to tell you one thing, Cheyenne. There is nothing wrong with your voice box, Cheyenne. What do you mean there's nothing wrong with my voice box? I am stuttering, like explaining a project to a customer, and I can't even get 2 words out, and they're not going to buy my product. They're not going to buy my garden. Would you buy a garden from you, Cheyenne, if you were going to present it like that? Probably not, unless I felt really bad for you, and I just really studied you and your skills, and I say, okay, he's got a little bit of a stutter. I have, like a cousin that stutters, and like I understand it, and I know he's an extremely good landscaper. So we're going to skip the stutter and stick with him. That's like 1 in 100,000. The average person, and we all know this, are you having a heart attack, bro? Are you okay? Should I call the doctor? Should I call the ER? Because they've never seen a person that stutters, so they immediately think stroke for the most part. Like, okay, homeboy's having a stroke or a heart attack, and we're gonna have to get some help because I don't want to do no mouth to mouth to that guy. So the stick that we keep sticking right into the wheel is very gently, very loving to ourselves. Hey, I just want to let you know, you're going through it right now, and I love you, bro. But I just want to let you know, technically speaking, and we can talk about this in a couple hours after everything calms down, but I just have to remind you, because I love you, Cheyenne. You're amazing, and there is nothing wrong with your voice box. Why? Because let me provide you with the evidence. Remember when you're in the ocean, or like almost every time you go in the ocean and like you go for like a paddle out, like with all your buddies, you're not really concentrating on speaking because there's like waves are smashing, there's a guy here, like there's a lot of stuff happening, and I'm so happy that you're not really stuttering, dude. You've allowed it to just happen. It's just like, I don't know how. I don't know the explanation. I'm just letting you know. You are experiencing a lot of emotions right now. It's very hard. I just want to let you know. You're going to be okay. You are very smart. You are very amazing. And most importantly, you have a beautiful voice, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with your voice box, okay? Now you can carry on. So that stick is constantly being stuck into my wheel. So let's just say that I have to make a call and I'm starting to get a little anxious. I'll start stuttering on purpose, and I will tell myself, I'll say, hey, you have to understand, I know you're gonna get a little stressed out because you're speaking on the phone and you've had a lot of horrible experiences on the phone, so that's why you're having another reaction. But I just want to let you know that you made 2 phone calls a couple of hours ago and you weren't stressed out, everything was fine. This phone call is a little more important, so it's natural. It's totally cool to get a little nervous, Cheyenne. But I just want to let you know that I love you, I'm here for you, and there's nothing wrong with your voice function, okay? Now make the call and have some fun, dude. Let's go. So all day long, I'm like, oh God, it's coming. Like, there's nothing coming, dude. Click. There's nothing wrong with your voice box, dude. Yeah, I'll start stuttering on purpose, dude. I will purposefully embarrass myself. I'm like, okay, I got the heebie-jeebies out of the way. Well, guess what? I'm already embarrassed. I don't have to stutter anymore to re-embarrass myself because I'm already embarrassed, dude. I'm good. I can speak normal now because I've already been embarrassed. We're good now. Let's just play. How much more embarrassing can it get than that? Not much more. So let's have some fun with it now, Cheyenne. So I'm constantly sticking that tire. Oh, here comes a little spindle of stuckness. Oh, it's coming. Dude, chill. What are you talking about, bro? There, come on, man. You were talking to that girl, you're talking to that customer, fine. You're talking to this lady, fine. You were doing that, fine. You did 20 perfect YouTube videos, fine. And you might stutter a little bit. It's all good, bro, because there's nothing wrong with your voice box. If you want to stutter, stutter. If you don't want to stutter, don't stutter. All right, guys, I hope this helps you guys out a little bit. It really helps me out a lot. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And always remember to never give up on yourself because you are your own best friend. All right, guys, peace.